almost didn't post a video today. Shit, what can I say? Definitely didn't do some of the things that I wanted to do today. I take with a grain of salt. Recognizing that I think the reason why I've kind of done a lot of things in my life probably because I've been trying to please people most of my life. So something. If I can't think of anything today, and if I leave this right, I wanted to ask God, where is faith? And he told me faith is in his word. And then I asked him, where are you at? And then he said, I am my word. So faith is in the Bible, which is his word. And he is the word, which is God. And in that word, you find faith, who resides in God. And maybe because the alignment of how I've been thinking about life, I've been wanting money. But my biggest dilemma has always been about, like, this is my thing. I don't know how the world works, right? I don't. And most people don't. But I'm trying to break through that of what is the world? What is this? Because have I used 100% of my brain? Have I used 20, 10, 15, damn near 5% of my brain? 8%? No, right? But if I dedicate myself to the highest echelon of me saying, well, I hold myself to this standard, I'm trying to recognize, like, what does that do for me? When I used to work out every single day, even now, right? Today was like my first time not going to the gym, but still hitting my calories and stuff. But in a minute, right? But when I think about people that are rich or in this certain limelight and they have all the things that they want, they always say, well, I just became the person that I wanted to become. And that's how I got everything that I wanted. And I think the thing with me is that I know that I want to be this person, but I will look into my environment. My environment tells me I'm not that person. But also, with my habits, are defining a version of myself that I never was, right? And the future version of myself. But I know every single time when I said I was gonna become something, it took like a year or 2 years or 3 years for me to become that thing. I was saying, yeah, my brand's gonna pop off. It happened 3 years later, right? Or I was gonna go Paris, happened 3 years later. And I think the dilemma is not knowing where you're trying to aim for or where you're trying to go. Because I feel like me saying, yeah, I want to make $100,000 this year. Not saying that it can't happen. I just feel like that's not a definiteness of a goal. Like, making money is a goal. I mean, it's a cool goal, but like, that desire for me is not there for me. Or the desire to be the number one brand, it's like, it's not there. I know it's there. Like, I know in my mind, Like I'm so capable of doing that and achieving that. But the desire and the yearning is not there because of the focal point of saying like there's no money that I can put towards something and achieve it. I think that's just another fallacy that I live in my mind that is just like there. And it can be different, bro. It can be different, yo. But I won't be surprised when I do change. Maybe I change today, maybe I change right now, right? I won't be surprised because I know this is something that I want, and maybe that's my goal. I want myself to change. I want myself to be, we talk about men, why should men be happy? It's like, why the fuck can't I be happy? Like, I want to be happy. When I say happy, when I get out of bed, I want to smile because I'm up again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to smile. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyous. But I want to be the type of guy that's like, well, I work for 4 hours. And that 4 hours is 2-3 months of work within 4 hours, right? I want freedom. I want to travel. I had this question. The dude was like, hey, we have 24 hours worth of our day. And it's like, I want to live my day to the fullest. But what if that guy was in the same position that I am right now? How do you look if you only had 24 hours? We all had 24 hours. What would my day look like? How would I feel? What would I do, right? And I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, I can't travel, right? The first mindset was like, I can't travel. And then I was just thinking about this, then I'm like, okay, if I can't travel, then I keep seeing these blockages. I'm like, damn, well, I don't have money in this essence, so I don't know how I can spend this full 24 hours to the best of to live my best day ever. That's the fucked up thing where it's like, well, do they look at the 24 hours if they're in my situation as a what if situation where what if I hopped in my car and I drove somewhere? Well, that's like 2-3 hours of 4 or 5 hours if you want to drive to a different state, right? So I'm thinking about all these. Well, that's okay. That gives me 20 hours. So I still got to go sleep. Well, that gives me 8 hours. Well, that's gonna give me 12 hours. How do you spend this day to the highest level? And I'm realizing every time I'm thinking about doing something, I'm not optimistic about it. There's a block. So in my mind, necessarily, I see that there is a constant block that is holding me back from achieving or imagining the best day ever. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. It's like, how can I be happy right now watching TV, eating? How do I be happy about that? How can I be happy about that? And I've been so serious about my life that these questions and these blockages, I could have had more fun when I was at school. I didn't because I knew if I didn't go to the library and study, I wasn't gonna pass. Then I would be like, what the fuck am I in school for? Who was paying for this? And yeah.